Sometimes we forget how privileged we are in Denmark. We forget how good and safe it is here. We forget how fortunate we are. And we forget how open and non-judgmental we can allow ourselves to be compared to other places in the world, regardless of whether it's about political conviction, religion, gender, or sexual preferences. Amnesty International used this realization to reactivate former members in the fight for human rights by asking the question, would you be free or persecuted if you did not live in Denmark? Behind the reactivation of almost 80,000 churned members were deep data insights and analyses. Each member was enriched with a passion score that builds on the knowledge about the expected lifetime value and the human right one is most passionate about. It was unfolded in the creative concept where the involvement was based on a number of targeted dilemmas within freedom, equality, and legal rights, for example. For instance, would you hold your boyfriend's hand in public if you were homosexual? Based on every individual answer, a persecution factor was calculated. The factor is a picture of how many of the world's 195 countries would persecute, imprison, or execute a person if his or her personal opinions and views were expressed in the way we Danes take for granted, but where the same outlook on life in other parts of the world may have fatal consequences. This harsh eye-opener of the current state of the world was communicated in a visual and educating universe. An interactive map of the world helped to provide an overview of where in the world the various human rights were being violated. It provided both learning and perspective. In other words, the Passion Score was both a segmenting tool to assess who Amnesty International could reactivate with the greatest probability, and a communications tool in relation to the differentiated messages which the former members were faced with in banners on Facebook and Instagram. About half of the registered persons chose to become a member of Amnesty International again. So the reactivation turned into a victory for human rights and Amnesty International, all by asking the question, would you be free or persecuted if you did not live in Denmark?